So we're going to get right into it. We start off with Oklahoma. Their over-under is set at 11.5 wins. Ashton, what do you feel about this line here?
Again, I think you have to go under. I love going under when it's 11 and a half because they have to be perfect. They have to win 12 games. Oklahoma's never perfect in the regular season, it seems. They always trip up and they have some kind of slip up game, whether it's a TCU, a Kansas State, an Iowa State, which isn't even a slip up game anymore. That's going to be a competitive game there, I think. So, no, I think they'll lose one game. That all being said, I think that they're my Pac-12 champion for me. They're the best team there. This is probably the best team Oklahoma has had, the most complete team Oklahoma has had, at least in the playoff era. I think they'll be really good and very competitive. I think this is the year where it's actually going to be okay to put Oklahoma into the playoff again. I don't think they'll get embarrassed this year like they have in years past. A lot of talent. I think this is probably Lincoln Riley's his most complete team that he's had there. They've had a lot of talent from time to time. I think this is their most complete team. I do like the under, but a great team nonetheless.
Yeah, they're a really good team. I think I definitely like them more than any other Oklahoma team in recent history, other than maybe the last Baker Mayfield team that almost beat Georgia. But they're right there, and they might be better. They're probably more talented. Spencer Rattler, of course, is back. Maybe the Heisman favorite for this year. Could be the number one pick in the NFL draft next year. I don't love him as much as maybe some people out there, but he is unquestionably talented, very good quarterback. And they also have, as his backup, they have Caleb Williams, who might be the best freshman quarterback in the country. I would have said probably before the Quinn Ewers announcement, but he's right. I mean, he's in that same conversation, even with a talent like Ewers. So the quarterback room is loaded. Kennedy Brooks is back. He opted out last season. Good running back. 7.5 yards per carry for his career, over 2,000 yards, 18 career touchdowns. Really good player. They also have the Tennessee transfer Eric Gray. So they have good running backs. And then, of course, they're Oklahoma. They have amazing receivers. Marvin Mims, Theo Weiss are the big names. Also have Drake Stoops and Jaden Hazelwood. Just a lot of talent there. And if you look at their recruiting for the future, it's not going to stop anytime soon. Really like their offense. They did lose, I believe, one offensive lineman, but they're replacing him with Wanya Morris, a left tackle from Tennessee, very talented player. So the offense looks like it's going to be pretty insane. The big question with Oklahoma has always been the defense. Nick Benito is one of the best edge players in the country. And they have some other names on their defense. Perry and Winfrey, Caleb Kelly, Woody Washington are names that most big college football fans would recognize. Their defense was actually decent last year. It's not quite the old Oklahoma where you have the number one offense in the country and the number 50 defense in the country anymore. I do think they are probably going to be a top 20 defense. Do you think that is likely? And if so, is that enough to truly compete for a national title?
Well, no, I think it is. I really do think it is. I think they have the talent to get there. And I think you can say that maybe more about the Big 12 in general too. I think there's the defenses are slowly improving. I think you look at some of the hires that are being made in the Big 12 now, and it's a little bit more defensive minded. Whereas it's been a running joke pretty much amongst everyone the last number of years that though the Big 12 does not play defense. That's everyone's aware of that. They don't play defense. It's who can score the most, and the first one to 50, maybe sometimes 60, will win the game. That's kind of their mantra. But it's changing now. I think overall you're seeing kind of the Big 12 as a whole kind of go into a little bit more. It's a little slower now. You're seeing Iowa State have success in the Big 12. They're not this shootout type offense. Oklahoma they always have talent. That the talent's never the question. I think they're going to be maybe a little bit more prepared, more steady. They have a lot of returning production on defense too. So no, that's a top 20 defense. It sounds silly to say. It probably won't happen. They have it. It's a possibility, whereas it was never a possibility in years past.
Right. I definitely believe that Oklahoma is one of the top 5 teams in the country this year. Don't think I could put them at number 1, but to me, that I've talked about this a number of times. It feels like there's a definite top 5 in the country this year, and they fit right in. I do think they could win the national title this year. Any of those 5 teams absolutely could. It's going to be a stretch for anyone outside of those 5 to do it. not impossible, but to me, they're clearly in that upper echelon of teams that can win the national title this year. I am with you though on the under. They usually don't go undefeated in the regular season. It hasn't happened in a really long time. Maybe not since 2000. I'm not even sure if they did it then. But I like this Oklahoma team a lot. But I like them to go 11-1 in the regular season. The last couple of podcasts, I picked Ohio State and Clemson to go undefeated this year. I can't quite do it with Oklahoma. Wouldn't surprise me. This is if any Oklahoma team can do it, it's probably this one. But I'm definitely on the under along with you.